Good morning. To begin, I'd like to thank my fellow classmates for the nomination to be your senior speaker. I am truly honored to speak on your behalf this morning. First, let me say that I hope that the class of 2011 will agree with me that our liberal arts education at the College of Idaho has challenged us to push boundaries, to go outside our comfort zone, and to learn new and meaningful things. It's because of this lesson that today, I will not hesitate to tackle a topic that is a double major in political economy and history I have absolutely no academic background in. Feelings. Because in all seriousness, how many people have said to you recently, "You're graduating? Well, how do you feel about that?" Today is a milestone in our lives, and as momentous as this accomplishment may be, in fact, perhaps because of just how momentous it is, coupled with the pride and maybe even relief that each of us feels to be graduating today, there must also be an undeniable element of uncertainty. It's something most of us haven't had to grapple with to any substantial degree in the last 4 years. While the other details of our lives might not have been in order, each spring, most of us could rely on the fact that next fall, we would be coming back. And now that isn't true. And I would be lying if I told you I knew how to feel about that. This whole year, I've found myself dwelling on the reality of our graduation, and every time I can't get these words out of my head. Over 35 years ago, Fleetwood Mac sang the now famous lyrics, "Well, I've been afraid of changing, because I built my life around you." I don't think it's a stretch to say that over the past 4 years, we have built our lives around this college. And today is the ultimate reminder that now we have to change. We may be afraid of changing, but who is to say that we haven't already? It might not be until we get out into the real world that we'll realize the ways that our time here made us more than capable of dealing with the challenges that life will throw our way. And as much as the College of Idaho has changed us, every one of us has made our mark on it, both as individuals and as a class. Maybe it's simple conceit for us to look around and think that our class was part of something that once we leave, will be lost. And we feel this way because in the time that we've been here, we've seen the college change. We are the very last class to have enrolled at ACI, but to have graduated from C of I. Which also means, of course, that we are the last class to remember what it was like to have an email address that was less than 40 characters long. We also have seen the administration change drastically, as we were underclassmen with Bob and upperclassmen with Marv. And let's not forget that when we were freshmen, we experienced Heyman in all of its 1970s glory. Maybe we thought these changes were for the better, or even for the worse, because change is always controversial. But as much as some things may have changed, for a college to endure, its students, past, present, and future, must feel like there is something at the core of all of their experiences which remains the same. Whether you graduated 50 years ago, or 5, or you will walk across the boom steps today, I think all of us can recognize what it is that makes the College of Idaho what it is. And that is the community that we have here. When we receive our diplomas today, only one name will be written on it, our own. But that can hardly be an accurate reflection of how we came to hold that piece of paper in our hands. Yes, this is an accomplishment today. It's something that every one of us should be proud of because we did it. But we didn't do it alone. Whether or not they were as close as Caldwell or Boise, or as far away as the other side of the world, we had the support of our families, most of whom are with us today. From helping us move all of our stuff from one dorm to the next, to the care package that may have made all the difference during finals week, we have had our families. And they helped us become the individuals who were capable of succeeding here today. We owe part of the accomplishment which is being honored here today to our families. We must also be grateful to those who pushed us to reach our academic potential and those who helped us in the pursuit of knowledge, our professors. Even though Dr. Mia Kim may have scolded every one of us in her history seminar this spring to please, for the love of history, turn in your assignments and pass her class so we could finally get out of here. I know it's because our professors can't wait to see where we go from here. And even if some of them won't admit it, they're going to miss us. And we're going to miss them because as much as we respect and admire them as our advisors, our mentors, and our teachers, they have also become our friends. And lastly, we've had each other. We've had our roommates and housemates, our friends, and our classmates. We've bought each other dinner in the caf and given advice on classes. We've studied together and partied together and commiserated with each other when the studying just didn't happen. So while we didn't make it here alone, it is understandable that with the realization that next fall we will no longer be here together on this campus, it is understandable that we may feel alone. But that's why it's important to remember that even though we are graduating today, we are still a part of the C of I community, but in a new way, as alumni. I hope everyone here can recognize just how bittersweet today is. It is bitter because the College of Idaho is a difficult place to leave. And that reason is precisely the unique academic community that we are blessed to have here. But it is also sweet because of the memories that we are taking with us. That's why I hope that when you look at your diploma hanging on the wall of your office, you see everything that it meant. I hope every one of you felt what it means to be a goat. And I hope that there is at least one thing about this place that you will never get over. Something that you look back on 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now, and it will never fail to make you smile. The time you hid in the library after hours to complete your EPK paper on time. The most heart-wrenching game of Beirut you ever lost. The day you finally figured out what MWP stood for. The first person to introduce themselves to you on the bus to McCall. Cheering for our basketball team to beat NNU. The time you were almost decapitated by a fault disc. Or maybe it will just be the time you spent doing nothing with your best friends. So at the end of our time here, we may all have very different memories. And we all certainly have very different futures. But I imagine that the feeling we have today as we leave is very similar. Thank you, good luck, and congratulations to the class of 2011. Go Yotes!